Raindrops pattered softly against the chapel's stained glass windows, gentle as a whisper. I stood beside a tiny white coffin, so small it seemed like a cradle woven from grief. My legs shook, but I held myself upright. In my hands, I clutched my daughter's stuffed rabbit, still carrying the scent of chamomile and salt from my tears. I scanned the sea of rigid faces, their sympathy a thin mask. My daughter Leela had lived for 6 months, 6 months of sterile hospital wards, tender songs hummed beside beeping monitors, and hope teetering on the brink of despair. Now she was gone. My husband Noah gripped my hand tightly. His trembling matched mine. But my parents? My mother's eyes stayed dry. She sat next to my sister Marina, dressed as if attending a charity ball rather than a burial, murmuring with a faint smirk. During the hymn, my mother leaned close, her breath warm against my cheek. "At least now you can focus on Marina again. She needs you." The words didn't sink in immediately. My eyes stayed fixed, my lips sealed. Time froze. I turned to her slowly. She offered a gentle smile, as if her words were a kindness. To her, my loss was a weight lifted. Noah's grip tightened, sensing the shift, but I stayed still. In that moment, I chose silence. Not surrender, but strategy. Back at the house, mourners circled the catered platters like scavengers. My mother was already planning Marina's engagement party, fretting over whether the ring would shine enough for social media. My father nodded, sipping whiskey as if the day hadn't cradled a funeral. I drifted through the room, invisible. No one met my gaze, not even Marina, who giggled with her friends, tossing her sleek auburn hair like the queen she'd always been. The next day, my mother called, not to console me, but to ask if I'd clear out Leela's room since Marina needed a space for wedding planning. I sat in the empty nursery, holding a tiny mitten. The mobile above twirled lazily, and I smiled. Not warmly, not mournfully, but with resolve. If they expected me to fade into sorrow, to surrender everything to Marina as I always had, they were about to discover what it meant to lose something cherished. My revenge wouldn't be loud. It would be sharp, intimate, and enduring. That night I didn't sleep. I lay in Leela's room, the faint glow of her star-shaped nightlight casting shadows across the walls. My heart felt carved out with a blunt knife, yet beneath the agony something stirred. A quiet fury, not the kind that screams or shatters glass, but the kind that plots, that bides its time. Memories shifted into focus. I recalled my pregnancy, how my mother scowled when I vowed to keep the baby. "It's bad timing," she hissed. "You'll overshadow Marina's law school path with this mess." I'd been 6 months pregnant, coughing up blood. Marina had flunked her first semester, yet they clung to her imagined brilliance. It was never about reality, it was about appearances. When Leela arrived early, frail, and tiny, my mother never visited the NICU. She claimed hospitals gave her panic attacks. My father said, "Babies don't know who shows up." They sent a generic card, unsigned. Meanwhile, Marina got a luxury SUV for getting through her breakup, parked beside the rusty hatchback I'd scraped together to buy. Now they wanted Leela's nursery for Marina's wedding prep. I stared at her crib and decided I'd become the tempest they never thought I could unleash.
I can't tell you the full story in this short video. If you want to see the full story, the link is given below. Click on it to watch the full story.